Shalom Israel, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, Bashim Kakadash, to Barnes the Apostles, and Elder Millstone for teaching us his truth, peace, and blessings. To the hopeful of Israel, Shalom, Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father in Hebrew, Bashim is the name, and Yahweh Shai is the name of the Begotten Son. Background lesson, and as seen in the title, this devil wants to delete you. And in other words, wanting to take you out, which you're about to see an example of that right here. Now, as a Florida police officer shoots at unarmed suspect after mistaking acorn for gunshot. And for some context, it was an unarmed Jake that was placed in handcuffs and then put into the back of the vehicle, and these devils still shot at him. So they're just going to show that these devils look for any excuse that they can find and get their hands on in order to justify taking you out, to justify putting a mag into you. You know, going to show this hatred that this devil has for us, man. Let's read a little bit more. The officer was approaching the vehicle when he heard a sound he believed to be a shot. After investigation, the sound was determined to have been made by an acorn hitting the roof of the car. This is who they're putting into the police force. Trigger-happy, Jake-hating Edomites. Which you're about to see. Because he's going to say in the video, he's going to do a couple barrel rolls and roll on the ground saying he's hit when nothing touched him. You know? So just going to show there's obviously, ill intent here. Because they're the ones that checked him to see if he had any weapons on him. See that he's unarmed. Placed him in cuffs. In cuffs, by the way. And then placed him back in the vehicle and still, shoots at him. Over 2 officers, shot in the vehicle trying to take this dude out, man. So like I mentioned near the beginning of the lesson, these devils look for any excuse that they can find in order to take you out. Because that's what they really want to do, man. That's why you see in other situations where you have these devils will slay something slick or do certain something, whatever the case may be, in order to try to get a reaction out of Jake, so they can justify what they're about to do. So this plays real quick, get this out the way, get a couple scripts at the hand, and Lord's lesson will be edifying and to the point.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
I mean, come on. And this place is going to, never trust thine enemy. As we'll jump to, Psalm 55 and 21, Psalm 58 and 3. How the devil's a natural born liar. He just did a couple barrel rolls and then stands up, shoots and says he's hit. It's like he says he's hit. So I mean, come on. Because once these devils are looking for Jake to do something, man, just so they can, put some rounds into him. Once again, going to show this hate that this devil has for us. And Jake still wants to defend these devils, saying, it's water under the bridge. Our people are through, man. Even after everything the devil has done and still doing to this day, all the rape, rob, and murder, the blood the devil has spilt, and Winston Jake will still jump in front, in front lines to defend these devils. Like, come on.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
But like I mentioned, this is who they're putting into the police force, man. Some trigger-happy Edomites.
I'm hit!
That are just looking for Jake to say something.
What? I'm in the car! I was shot through the car! Oh!
What?
Oh!
Where? Right there? Jesse, are you okay? Get in the house! Get in the house! Jesse! Get back! Where is he?
Even she didn't know, who he was shooting at.
Pat him.
But still, you had over 2 officers, shooting rounds to the vehicle trying to take this dude out. And it's also just going to show it doesn't make sense. Because they're the ones that searched him, saw that he didn't have anything on him, then placed him in cuffs and then put him in the back of the vehicle, and they still shot at him. So once again, going to show that there's ill intent there. Like I mentioned earlier, they're looking for any excuse that they can find and hold on to justify putting rounds into you, putting a whole mag into you. And be so-called justified in doing so. Once again, going to show this hatred this devil has for us.
Down, please.
It's like if I sound like a broken record, but Lord, I'm getting the point across.
What's that?
Pat him down.
What I'm getting patted down for?
If you also see many other similar situations like this, you will have these officers will say something slick or will do a certain something, whatever the case may be, in order to get a reaction out of you or try to make you do something, so they can either throw you in jail or even take you out.
Do you have any weapons on you?
No.
Okay.
What I'm getting patted down for?
Because you're getting patted down.
Why?
Do you have any weapons on you?
No, I don't have no weapons
Okay.
on me. What's that like that? This is cute.
So you see, incredibly, the unarmed Jackson survived being shot at, while Hernandez has since resigned. So pretty much, a slap on the wrist. As you see, what tends to happen with these devils when they either kill a Jake, for pretty much nothing, for no reason. They slap on the wrist and they're still on the job, or resigned, and most likely get rehired at another station, whatever the case may be. But it's why scriptures also go into how they're not in trouble, as other men. It's a little slap on the wrist, so all they get. But it's also other articles that you're going to the same situation. It's Okaloosa, Florida cop fires at an unarmed man after acorn falls on car. Video shows Florida deputy repeatedly shoot at man after thinking falling acorn was gunfire. And this is who they're putting into the police force, man. Some trigger happy, Jake hating Edomites, man. Just put it plainly. And I just saw a lot more. But let's pretty much end on that. I see a lot of people are getting on this dude. Florida deputy roasted for unloading weapon and screaming shots fired after mistaking acorn for a gunshot. And you saw in the video he said he was hit, doing barrel rolls in the ground, dodging invisible bullets. Once it's just going to show like the situation, didn't make sense because once again, like I keep making that point, they're the ones that literally searched him, placed him in cuffs, put him in the back of the vehicle, and then they still aim their guns and put rounds into him, trying to take him out. So obviously going to show that there's ill intent there and the excuses they're looking for in order to take that dude out. That's it right there. Let's get the scripture at hand. And this is Psalms chapter 17 verse 13. Now it says, "Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword." Who's the wicked speaking of? Which again, Job 9:24, how the world turns the hand of the wicked. The Genesis, the 27th chapter, going to the 39th to 40th verse, going to Esau, Edom's blessing, which was the fatness of the earth, as well as the sword which they are living by, which you see on a day-to-day basis. With all the things that they're doing. Now reading from the top. Or also, mentioning Malachi 1 and 4, going to, who the border wickedness is speaking of, which is Esau, Edom, which is the so-called in the day. As the righteous Lord disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. And ultimately, Yahweh Shemashah is the one swinging that sword, especially upon the wicked of our people. This is why we're to fear Yahweh Shemashah. Because even in this situation, he was, placed in cuffs and put in the back of the vehicle, and he was still shot at. But it's why it's going to to agree with thine adversary quickly, so we can avoid, situations like this. Apply wisdom so that you don't even need to be, in that position in the first place, man. But like I mentioned, why we're to fear the Lord, because he was, even placed in cuffs, and they still went and did what they did. But once it's why we're to apply wisdom, apply this understanding the Lord gave us, so you avoid that situation completely, man. Shouldn't even be there in the first place. Now this is Psalm 17 more time. "Arise, the Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword," which the Lord is swinging upon our people, especially coming these last days, especially in times of Jacob's trouble, man, when all hell's getting ready to break loose. Now this is Matthew 5 and 25. Now, it says, agree with thine adversary quickly. And you also see in other similar situations where you have Jake, not, agreeing with the demands or, resisting, which you see in a lot of cases, and just being obviously unwise and building the tension that's already so high, especially with the hatred that the devil has for us and the excuses and things that he looks for in order to, try to justify, to throw you into jail or, take you out, whatever the case may be. We're to apply wisdom so that you once again can avoid situations like this one right here. So you don't even need to be in that position in the first place. And if you are in similar, situations like that, you know how to avoid it or, get out of it. Now it says, agree with thine adversary quickly while thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. There you go. And also avoid death. That's why I said right here, Ecclesiastes 9:13, keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill, so thou shalt not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life. Presently, what you see a lot of Jake do, they'll push and push and push, resist and not give in to the demands, like, give me your ID, or as the case may be. You see a lot of situations like this, where Jake, doesn't comply, and they end up getting taken out or even, thrown into jail for a small situation. You could easily avoid things like that, And if this Jake, had this truth or understanding, he wouldn't be or need to be in this position in the first place, Because obviously there's more to the story where I think he took his girlfriend's car or something. So obviously, then he got caught and he got arrested. And he was placed in the car, and you saw what happened, What else can you want to see? Which I got Matthew 5:25. Let's keep, or is it on Ecclesiastes? Select it. It's Ecclesiastes one more time. And finish this off, this middle part. Now, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, traps. You'll see these devils will purposely do things in order to, get a reaction out of you. But apply wisdom is why I keep going to how, we're sheep in the midst of wolves. Be harmless as doves and wise as serpents. Ready to be wise, man. Apply wisdom. That's why I keep going to how this book is written for our foretime, our learning, for our understanding. So why not put it to use? Lest he take away thy life presently, remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city. As Revelation 6 and 8 also at the end of that point. As then I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And it's when speaking of Esau, Edom, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with sword, which you got in Psalm 17:13. Hide me from the wicked, which is thy sword, whose blessing was the sword Esau, Edom, which is the so-called in the day. And as you see, going back to also Genesis, the 27th chapter, the 4th verse, how he is living by that sword. And you see all the things he's done all throughout history, all the rape, rob, murder, bloodshed that he has spilled, and the things that he's still doing to this day. The false accusations that go out, and all the unjustified things that he's always are doing in general. But now it says, and power is given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword, or to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beast of the earth. And that's why I get right here, as we read in Ecclesiastes, keep thee far from the man that has power to kill. So we have the understanding of the wisdom that we need to avoid situations like this. We know how to maneuver, around it, by applying wisdom with what we have been given. Now let's see, got a couple more scriptures that to be on that. It's 1 Peter 5 and 8. As it be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, who's our adversary? Esau, Edom. These devils, man, our enemy. As well as going to these heathen nations, but mainly Esau, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. These devils looking for any chance that he can get in order to pounce on you, man, to take you out, to throw you into jail. That's why we get in the scriptures, agree with the adversary quickly, so we can avoid things like this. So you don't need to be placed in that position in the first place. And even if you are, you know how to avoid it or maneuver around it, Continue on. Got a couple more. Deuteronomy 28:66. It's going to the curses right here. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. And you see this heavily with Jake, man. When you see them getting pulled over, videos, and they start freaking out, you're wondering what these, devils about to do, Continue on. And that right there, that's part of the curses, man. 28 chapter 60 verse more time. Thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. Now let's see, we got two more, and that's gonna be it on that. So Ecclesiastes 12:10. Now it says, never trust an enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. And he's definitely not to be trusted in any case. That you saw in that video, dude was doing barrel rolls, freaking out, saying he's hit when nothing touched him. While he's unloading a whole mag into him. And you see that led up to the other police officer shooting into the vehicle. Saying there was shots fired. Like, come on. This is Psalm 64:2. There's a great point. It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Because as we also got in Ecclesiastes, the 9th chapter, it says right here, it says, remember that thou goest in the midst of snares. These devils will lay traps and do things in order to get a reaction out of you, get you, into trouble, whatever the case may be, get you thrown into jail, even killed, man. As in Psalm 64:2 more times, it says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Because you see the things that these devils do. The snares, the traps that they lay, the things that they do in order to try to, get us killed. You see in many situations, man. Especially the plans that they cook up behind the scenes, what they're going to do to us next, whatever the case may be. But that's pretty much on that right there. I saw that video, and just want to make a lesson going into it. But that's pretty much on that. Once again, Lord's lesson edifying. It's like if I kind of sound like a broken record, repeating certain points, but Lord's what got it, the point across. And I do give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh Bashim Shai, Bashim Kakadash, the bunch of the apostles, and else great millstone for teaching us this truth, peace, and blessings to the hopeful elect of Israel. Shalom, Shalom, Lo,